If you don't trust your contractor and you think you can do it all yourself, Mr. Cool is here for you. But you say, man, I don't own a tool. Don't worry, it's Mr. Cool. It plugs together and you're done. Well, the first step is Mr. Cool needs to hire a pretty girl to tell you all that you can do this job no matter how inept you are at mechanical abilities. If you're the kind of person that can't put batteries in the remote correctly, they've assured you that you can do this complex HVAC task. And just to help out, we got ourselves a solid 6 or above to let you know that you are good to go. And have no fret, all the tools you'll need are a stud finder, drill, level, 3.5-inch hole saw, adjustable wrench. Most of those you can get in the toolbox that's pink colored at Walmart. And no, C-3PO is not getting a circumcision in this picture. It's just Mr. Cool's patented AccuSuck line set that sucks itself together and makes sure no moisture's in the system. And looky there, all those T-handles you had laying in your garage for all these years, you never used them, they were just getting rusty inside of a box, inside of a different box. You can finally break them out and feel like a man. And don't forget to use top quality tools like bona fide and certified Mr. Cool contractors. Once you complete all these steps, you'll have yourself a fantastic Mr. Cool install, but just don't ask that one question. What do I do with the line set? Hey, yo, look, Dad, I have made a loop-de-loop. Do you think old P.O.E. will like it like I do? Do. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Thank you, Amazon. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Hello and welcome back to the American Shop Talk. I am Zach Ciota, straight up American. Ciota, you know it's American. Guys, good to see you guys down there in the chat. I got the chat right here now, actually, it's a lot better. What's up, Cannon Casey? His mom let him stay up late. That's really nice. Steve Stone, Nick's HVAC. Willie, what's up, Willie? Garrett Rush, everything HVAC. R. Dustin Hendricks, Jerry Lockhart, Clint Glasgow. Yeah, I think that's Frylock. I see Frylock up there too. Right, America. I love America. Gosh darn it. I love America and I love Jesus. And I love putting them both together on a cross right here. Not sure how it looks. Now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 states. Looks like we probably got all the colonies. I don't know. I'm not going to count them here on the air. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. Cannon says, my mom doesn't control me. You know what? Someone who's controlled by their mom would say that. You're just acting out, Cannon. You're regressing, and you're going to have to be punished for it. Man, oh man, that's right. Amen. Amen. America and Jesus. What's better than that? Not the skilled trade-up. Skilled trade-up's pretty good, but it's not as good as that stuff. Guys, we have skilled trade-up fun tonight. We have all sorts of stuff we're going to talk about. We have nifty things all across the board. We're going to talk about, let's see what I have over here. We have like some weird stuff I found on the internet about refrigerant cylinders. It's kind of weird. Extended warranty stuff. We have a hat that the Discord guys and Frylock was talking about has a fan inside of a hat. A fan inside of a hat, guys. It solves the problem of summer. Summer is no longer an issue. Winter's still a problem. But we can get those M12 heated vests for that. Just have our M12 batteries. I don't know how that works. I never had an M12 heated vest. I have purchased heated vests before. I've never actually worn it. It was for my wife because she gets cold everywhere. and it has like just one of those pancake style battery banks. But she said it was nice. Hey, it's nice. Cannon Casey says, I have a good hairline. I don't need a hat. It's not about the hairline, Cannon. It's about being cool in the summertime. I just couldn't pass it up because I looked it up on the Amazon and not Alibaba, Amazon. Okay? Amazon. It's not American. I don't know why I said that. I don't even know if Bezos even lives in America. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. But we have all that stuff to talk about. I'm going to tell you about a tool that I purchased, which is not really an HVAC tool. I'll tell you guys what. I asked you guys in a poll, should I keep those tool videos on this channel? And it was like, eh. So I'm going to put them on the other channel because, you know, they go along over there. And if you want to watch like power tool comparisons, Zach's Tool Shop, man. You can go right over to Zach's Tool Shop and watch some power tool comparisons. I have a lot of fun. I love tools. I just love power tools. I have like 12 drills. There's no purpose to having 12 drills. I have them because I like to see which one's the best. And whether there's a cheap one that performs almost as good as an expensive one. For some reason, that just blows my mind trying to test all that stuff. So I was testing, I'll give you just a little peek into that in just a minute. Let's see here. Nick's HVAC says, I thought the same thing when I bought a battery fan when I was working for extended periods at Attica, Florida. Now all I get is 180-degree air blowing on me. I don't know, the fan's kind of nice if you're sweating because you have that cooling, evaporative cooling. It's nice. It's nice. Man, I like it. I haven't got to try the hat yet, obviously. I want to buy this hat. But the hat's like $50. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to buy this hat, but it could be useful. I do a lot of sweating. It's annoying. I hate it because then once you sweat, it gets all over your shirt. Like Service Tech Life. Okay, here's me, Service Tech Life right here. Let's go back in time to when I was running call after call after call after call, and then maybe an additional call. In the summertime, you get up in the morning, you feel great. You don't have any sweat on you. You walk outside in the southeast United States. It's 78 degrees in the morning. It says, that sounds nice. That's not bad. Well, the humidity's 85%. So when you go outside, you start to sweat. It's like, I haven't even done anything yet, and I'm sweating. I haven't even done anything yet, and I'm sweating. And you go to your first call, and you get soaked in sweat. Maybe it's in the attic. Maybe it's not. Doesn't matter. If you moved or did anything, you're soaked in sweat. I got to write that down. Tech sweat. Tech sweat. It's just for my memory. You're soaked in sweat. And you make a calculation. I used to take like 3 or 4 shirts with me to work, but sometimes you'd burn through every shirt. And once you get into your final shirt, it's like it's soaked in sweat, but maybe it had a chance to dry. It's like the worst smell in the world. Once you sweat and it dries, awful. It just stinks. Sometimes you stink so bad that you smell yourself. And that is bad. That's like the last defense right there. Because usually your body tunes out your own smells. Someone goes, hey, you stink, man. It's like, no, I don't. I smell fine. I don't even smell myself. But then you get to a point where your sweat has dried enough times on the same shirt that it's either you or the fabric or something. I don't know. But it just becomes the most horrible smell in the world. And when you get home, it's like, I don't even know how this happened. You wake up in the morning, it's like, I don't think I can take that again today. But then you go through it again all day, and it happens again. Like when I go outside first thing in the morning, I'm like, oh, man, I haven't sweat yet. Everything's perfect. And then within like 3 minutes, it's like, shoo, drenched in sweat. Oh, man. Garrett Rush says, I get like salt crystals after sweating so much. Yeah, that's a lot of sweat. You're leaving salt behind. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I don't know where you guys are from. I'm sure in the summertime, no matter where you're at, you start sweating. But there's so much humidity here. It's horrible. You have to drink water all day. I guess that's one of the good takeaways here. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water because you can just see how much water you're losing. If you're drenching shirt after shirt, that's a decent amount of water right there. So you got to keep on drinking water or else it's bad. If you don't drink water in the summertime here and you try to work all day, yeah, you might make it, but it's going to hurt you health-wise in the long run. You're going to feel bad. You're going to feel real bad. And not good. I like that. Diego says R22 shampoo. That's how you cool off after a long day. Steve Stone says East Tennessee. East Tennessee would be the same way. East Tennessee is where my buddy Chuck lives. He's up in the mountains. Chuck lives in like the northeastern section of Tennessee, so it gets cool in the wintertime, but it still sucks in the summertime. It's pretty hot. I'm kind of like Chuck. Chuck's all right. I got to have him back on the show. Man, I don't know, got off on a tangent about stinking, but we all know what that's like. I mean, you wake up in the morning and, hey, let's go run a sales call. You look so perfect and nothing's wrinkled, everything's clean, and then you get home, it's like you couldn't sell anything. The salesmen don't know how good they have it. I'm sure salesmen sweat every now and then theoretically, but I mean, imagine being like one of those technicians that sells stuff too. On that fourth call, you stink like a dumpster, and you have to go in there and say, "Yeah, okay, we have a good, better, best here." And they're like, "Oh yeah, what is it? What is it? Is it good, man? It's probably good, man, right?" I can't even imagine that, but whatever. We've all been there. We've all had to sell units. We stank to high heaven. It's okay. What's up, Susie? Willie, my sister lives in that area. What area does Willie live in? Central Missouri? Missouri? All right, guys. We all know each other. Joe Martinez says it's 103 in Texas. Yeah, I was talking to Bimco last night. And for those of you who know Bimco likes playing the video games where the cars kick soccer balls. And I hit a button on Discord. I was like, Bimco's live. So I hit a button on Discord, and all of a sudden I was talking to him, like over the phone. It was a trip. We actually had a nice conversation. We talked for a while. So it was really, really nice. But I just stumbled into a whole conversation with Bimco about just random stuff. It was crazy. Really enjoyable. I guess that's a great way to mention. We do have a Discord. It's in the chat. Not in the chat. It's in the description of the video. You can join us over there. There's like 50-some people, I think, there now. But, man, we have a lot of fun over there. We share some pictures. It's been pretty cool so far. Everybody's been good. There hasn't been any jerks yet, so it's really nice. But, if there's jerks, I'll just throw them out, so don't even worry about that. Come on over. You can share your ideas and stuff like that. Show your work pictures. I kind of show what I'm working on here. Sometimes whenever I go out and do, like, field stuff, I'll show it on there, or I'll say what I'm working on here in the elaborate studio that I'm in that's surrounded by a sweet cross, a curtain, and what you guys can't see, which is a bed sheet. I saved the worst one for out-of-frame picture. Cannon Casey says, do we have a Snapchat group? I don't know. I don't know what Snapchat is, so no. We don't have a Snapchat group. That's reserved for the youngest of technicians, Cannon, whose mothers get onto them. Everybody's like, nah, we don't have that. I know what you're talking about. Get out of there with that garbage. All right. So just as a reminder, well, no, this is not a reminder. We have a notification list that you can get on, and that thing is about to be destroyed. Because for some reason, it is malfunctioning big time. So if you're on the notification list and you haven't received any notifications, I don't know why it's happening, but we're about to say see ya to the notification list. And this has happened twice. I've done this before where I've tried to compile these lists, and all of a sudden, none of the things go where they're supposed to go. There's these big issues. So you know what? We might just go back to like just email only, because email works a lot better than me doing the email to text stuff. So just stay apprised here, keep watching, and I'll give you guys some way to get notified if you prefer to be notified by me sending you the link and stuff like that. I'll get it figured out. Always, you can go to any new event on YouTube and just say, next to the subscribe button, there's like a bell. Make sure you click the bell and say notify me whenever anything happens. You can always do that, or go to the live stream page and hit remind me. It'll send you an email too, but sometimes they come a little late. So we're working on it here in my elaborate place with my multiple employees. Right here. That's why it's not done yet. So too many things to do. Also, if you want to support the channel like our buddy Clint did up at the beginning, you can see Bimco right there with his awesome green lettering. You can become a member. And let me say this, I can tell you how to become a member. Hey, here's the way you can do it. I'll just leave the link in the chat if you ever want to do that. Or you can hit join, and that's how you become a member right there. I'm putting the link in the chat. I will try to put more links in the chat for the stuff that I'm talking about on the air so that you guys can check it out for yourself if you want to. I hope that you do. It's a good way also to give me a little bit of, I don't know, sometimes when I refer to stuff, you're like, did he just make that up? It's like, no. I'm going to actually try to put a link in there so you can follow along and look at it later if you want to. All right, so I mentioned Milwaukee tools earlier, I think. I was mentioning some power tool stuff. All I'm going to say is for the guys who were talking about the little test I just did with this Bauer brushless thing, I'm just going to keep this very brief. I'm going to put this as well over here and look this up and show you guys. This is what I purchased the other day, and I will show you very quickly if it comes up on the screen. I purchased this bad boy right here. This was like a special right here. You get the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 18-volt lithium-ion brushless, cordless impact driver with high output battery. So you get a free battery with this one, and they have deals like all the time. But I said, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on this because I want to see how good this sucker is compared to the stuff I already have. I did make a comparison and filmed it already. It hasn't been released between this impact driver and the Bauer brushless and the Ryobi. And I'll just say this, there's a definite winner. And that's all I'm going to say. There's a definite winner between those three. And two of them were way closer than I feel like they should have been. So it was pretty funny. And the Bauer looks pretty good in this test. I mean, it's $49. I tell you what, it turned out pretty good. But this sucker's a beast right here. Really, really awesome. Comes with this battery, this 3 amp hour battery, which they're going to ship to the store because they didn't have in stock. I already picked up the impact and did the test. I just used a 5 amp hour battery. And I'll put that on the Zach's Tool Shop thing. So if you guys want to watch that, you can. I'll leave it up to you guys whether you want to see that kind of content or not. I'll just keep it strictly HVAC over here. Even though we use power tools, sometimes those are two separate areas. And I get it. And it's fine. And I had a tools channel already. So you can just watch it over there. If you have any questions about it, HVACShopTalk@gmail.com. You can ask me and I will tell you where you can find it if you don't already know where it's at. Okay, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up my first little thingamabob right here that I want to talk about, and it is this cooling hat. That is awesome. This is the cooling hat on Amazon, and I'm going to bring it up on the other screen here if I can. This blew me away once I looked this up. This is the guys over on Discord. The Cool Breeze Solar Cooling Hat. It is a fedora, in case you want to look like Indiana Jones. Yeah. And just for a second, they're saying Ryobi and Milwaukee. They're both TTI products, but so is Hart and Hoover. So they're not all the same. I mean, they might be made by the same company, but they don't turn out the same. I'm just going to say it like that. You can watch like the video later, and I will prove it. So this is the Cool Breeze Solar Cooling Hat. And I should put this in the chat too, guys. I'll put this in the chat in a minute if I can remember to do that in a second. So it's made in the USA and imported from the USA, I guess. It's kind of weird. It's straw. It's sun hat protection. It's got a big fan on this. For podcast people out there, it has a huge fan on the front of it. I don't know if this is the exact same one that these guys were talking about. There's several of them on Amazon, but it's wild and crazy. It's wild and crazy. And I don't know about like how fashionable this thing is. If you're going to be Don Juan with this thing. But it's definitely worth me buying this one day and at least putting a segment on the air about it. Because if it works at all, I mean, I would actually buy this thing, but I would not expect a whole summer. Or at least I would expect only one summer or less from it. Because you know we're going to destroy this thing. You're going to bang your head against something. Yeah, the guy's like, no thanks. I don't think so. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it just for the heck of it. It's lemon scented. Yeah, it probably is lemon scented. It's more than likely, it's just not going to work out. But man, I just so curious, man. It's the same reason I bought the Bauer brushless. Curiosity killed the cat, bro. And we have another little thing here. This is the 23 pieces of hat size tape. Guys, is this not just the stuff you wrap around TXV bulbs? This is just foam tape right here. I think I already have this in my shop. So I have hat size tape already in case your hat is way bigger than your noggin. Kenny Casey says that looks like a hat I would wear. It's actually just like the hat that I did wear before the dog got it. Yeah, my dog got my hat. It didn't have a fan on it, but it was a straw hat, a fedora style. And I looked awesome. I had my sunglasses on, and I looked awesome. I mean, I don't care what you say, Ken. I look great. So you can get this stuff too, which looks like some black and white popsicle sticks and a roll of TXV foam tape. And you can make your hat smaller until it fits your tiny head, if that is the case. Man, fantastic. Well, we're back from there. The hat tripped me out. I had to show you guys that. That's wild. Joe Shearer just became a HST member. Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that, man. That's very, very cool. Yeah, I named the levels. There's like 3 levels of membership. So just being me, I named it Nordine for the lowest level, Goodman for the middle level. It's weird. And then Train for the highest level. Because we all know that Trains, they're the best. And I can't lie about that. Okay. What's up, Raw Mesa? Good to see you. RJ Parker says, 7.25 hat size is small. 7.25. I think I was a 7.25 fitted hat size. That doesn't seem. I don't think that's small, is it? I can't remember what size it was. It's a long time since I wore a fitted hat. It's been a long, long time. But 7.25 sounds real familiar. It's probably wrong. It's probably my neck was 17.25 inches circumference. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not positive. Not sure, but I know you guys are all going to wear all those hats, so I should get one of those Amazon affiliates together so I can rake in all the dough from you guys buying those hats, because I'm sure you would, because I'm sure you love them. But I'll move on to something a little bit more interesting that I saw earlier on the Facebook, and this was a trip, and I'm going to bring it up here as my internet will allow. Okay, so I saw something on Facebook, which is a link to something called Stop the EPA Ban, and it said like it was ACCA. It said ACCA. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with ACCA, but it tripped me out, and I don't know if any of you guys know anything about this. I haven't verified what this is. And I just take a look at this. So this is a website called stoptheepaban.com. And it says the EPA's non-refillable cylinder ban raises costs for HVACR businesses and consumers, empowers China, and endangers technicians. Now, I haven't heard anything about that. Adam Hyde says Oxbox level. That's funny. The class says you need a Linux level above train. There's only so many levels. But I do like that. The guys are like, what? Linux isn't represented, man. Or we will see that Daikin does. Maybe I should put a agree level in there. Agree. Would you guys agree with that? That's good. Yeah. Okay, so this is the Stop the EPA Ban. I don't know if anybody has heard of this. I'd never heard of it until I saw it on Facebook. I don't know how legitimate it is. Yeah, look, EPA's in the chat. Here, why don't you comment on this, EPA? Yeah, he's really there. Take a look at it. So, Mr. Cool Level. Oh, that's a good one, too. So, this says the EPA's non-refillable cylinder ban raises costs for HVACR businesses and consumers, empowers China, and endangers technicians. Send a message to Congress now. All right, let's go ahead and just see what's going on down here. What's the difference between refillable and non-refillable cylinders? Well, that seems obvious. You can't refill one of them. Okay, but you know what? Let's read it anyway to find out if we're wrong. These cylinders are used to transport chemicals such as hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs, needed to service America's air conditioning and refrigeration units. They're talking like this isn't America. If they're referring to America's air conditioning, I almost feel like it's outside looking in. I don't know if this is real or not, but I saw it and I thought it was interesting. So we're going to look at it with the caveat that it may not be real. But someone went through a lot of trouble, so we're going to look at what they made. So non-refillable cylinder is 35 pounds filled. Okay, that sounds about right. It depends on what refrigerant it is. Refillable cylinder, 51 pounds filled. And I guess they're saying that, hey, man, this is heavy. You guys can't lift it? I don't know, man. I kind of like the fact that you have liquid and vapor taps on it. To me, that's like pretty good. You don't have to flip it over. You know, some of the tanks' original design was to have the taps on it where it would be liquid coming out of it, and you wouldn't have to flip it over. I like the fact that you could have liquid coming out without having to flip the stupid thing over. Because every now and then, you're not paying attention, and the stupid hose turns around, like you screw it on and flip it over, and then the hose gets loose, and you start leaking a little bit of liquid refrigerant or something like that. There's all sorts of ways, and there's probably a better way to do it. It's probably my problem. But you ever put in refrigerant, and you have to flip over the tank, and like something gets knocked over, or the tank falls over, or a stupid hose gets loose? That's happened to me a couple times, and every time that I do that now, I think about it. It's like this hose is about to rupture because I can't see if it's turning down there. You know, I just always freak out about it. So I don't know. I like that. I think that's nice. I think it's great. Let me bring us back over here. So it's heavier, so we can't lift it. I guess that's the problem. 1,120 filled cylinders per truck and 800 filled cylinders per truck. Okay, but they're bigger, so that makes sense. So if it's 35 to 51, so it's about 15 pounds bigger. So it's about 30% bigger. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense that you get less of them on a truck. Yeah. And they put this is where I start to have a problem, because they represent this like you're looking at Yelp or something online. So it says that one of them costs way more than the other. It says the refillable costs way more than the non-refillable. but instead of putting like an estimated dollar amount, they put dollar symbols, which is essentially meaningless. They put 4 on one side and 1 on the other side. So if we buy a cylinder that is non-refillable and it's $400 for, or let's say it's R22. Let's say it's $1,000. And just to use a nice flat number, does that mean the refillable R22 is $4,000? That's the kind of misleading crap I think is bad. And then American made and imported from China. Well, I know that there's plenty of non-refillable cylinders that are Chinese, I feel like. So there's something weird going on here. And Curtis Donald says, why not just manufacture the refillable tanks in America? I would prefer refillable. I would prefer refillable too. That seems like it makes sense. So there's something weird about this. I don't know. Let's read about the EPA's reasons that they give for the ban. Why are they wrong? So here's what they say. You guys tell me what you think is your feeling on it. EPA concern number 1, unused chemical gets released into the atmosphere. I'm guessing like the last little bit of your cylinder gets released, but I think a lot of us, they use that to charge where the system's in a vacuum or zero pressure or something like that. You get that last little bit out of it. I think most of us can get most of it out of the cylinder if we're trying, I think, if that's what he's referring to. The fact is, this is the rebuttal against that. This is demonstrably false. It's not just false, guys. It's not just false. It's demonstrable. Well, I ruined that. Let's try it again. It's not just false, guys. It's demonstrably false. I'm not even positive I said it right that time. It is illegal to vent refrigerant into the atmosphere. Service technicians are specifically taught proper handling and must be certified to use and purchase refrigerants. Okay. Yeah, we all do that. All right. And I'm not saying I bleed stuff into the atmosphere, but I'm saying that it may be attaching a nobility that we don't have, like 100% nobility. Joe says, do they have a big tank at the supply house? I don't know how this works. This is the first time I've ever heard of this. And yeah, it's just funny. But that's why we're reading it, guys, because we're getting to the heart of the matter here. EPA concern number 2, HFCs will be illegally smuggled in from China in non-refillable cylinders. Facts. Illegal smuggling occurs in a variety of containers and is predominant in Europe today. Not Europe. Europe's the first of all. The solution is to improve border security practices. Oh, man. Importer tracking and penalties for those who wish to undercut U.S. companies, not a wholesale ban. Oh, man. Maybe we should put some really cool tariffs on everything. Did we just do that? I don't know. I don't remember. Let's just go to the third one. The third one. Is that 3? Are we on 3? Yeah. EPA is using the American Innovation and Manufacturing Act as a justification for the ban. Facts. It was a bipartisan bill that addressed concerns over HFCs but did not ban the cylinders. The intent of the law was to strengthen America, not weaken it, which this ban does. This ban gives America's power to China and Russia. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So we go down here. We see a quote from Brian Stack, president of Stack Heating and Cooling. He says, the cylinder ban will make HVAC work more dangerous, more expensive, and lead to significant supply chain issues. Hey, we're pretty much already at the supply chain thing. I don't think we need any more help with that. The new tanks will be heavier, bulkier, and much harder to handle safely in the environments we work in, cramped utility rooms, on rooftops. We'll read the consequences. Let me go back up here because that doesn't look too bad. Is anybody thinking we can't lift or fit these things places? Adam Heisch says the Facebook fact checkers must have wrote this one. This one slipped through the net. It must have been. Maybe there'll be big stations along the road where we can just fill these things up. That'll be better. Okay, here's 10 consequences of the ban. 1, American manufacturing jobs will be lost. If we still manufacture anything, those remaining jobs will be lost. 2, increased weight means more injuries and long-term strain on technicians. That's just, I don't even count that one. 3, those unable to lift, pull, or carry 50 pounds will be effectively barred from the industry. I mean, who are we talking about? The people that can lift 30 or 35 but not 51? That's kind of a small window, isn't it? It's like 14 guys across the United States that fall into this category. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weak. Okay. Small businesses will have to pay more for cylinders, tugging on our heartstrings now. Don't hurt the small businesses. We always use small businesses, especially politicians, when they want to tug on your heartstrings. Meanwhile, later they're crapping all over small businesses. So first becomes the, hey, we're going to help you. Then second comes the crapping. That's the natural order of politics. 5, added $2 billion for U.S. companies. Added $2 billion for U.S. companies to set up refillable cylinder fleets. Wow. This is number 6. Another form of price inflation, meaning some American families may not be able to service their HVAC units. Yowzer. Number 7, businesses will need to reconfigure trucks, adding to vehicle weight and maintenance. Again, the 15-pound cylinders are going to cripple and ruin the rear axles on all of your work van. What are you driving, E150s? 9, the already stressed cooling supply chain will be even further stressed. Oh, I forgot 8. 8, bad actors from China will flood the market with poorly constructed cylinders. Don't they already do that? I mean, isn't that a thing they already do? I was talking to I don't remember if I'm supposed to tell anybody this or not, so I'm just going to be vague. I was talking to somebody about a bunch of Chinese crap that found its way into the market. We were talking about that years ago, so I don't think that even makes sense because it's been happening for the longest time. And 10, vulnerable populations may lose access to AC when they need it most. I don't know, man. This seems kind of convoluted. Let's see what you guys think about it. Some women kick your butt. It's for women. I don't know. I think the women that even fall into the 35 to 51 category, that's got to be a small group of women. Can't we use that compressor tote or something? Maybe they'll make refrigerant tote or something like that. Maybe we'll get it delivered on the roof with a drone. Isn't this the future now? Are we supposed to be... Didn't Marty McFly have like a flying skateboard by now? Can't we get a drone to bring the thing up there? I don't know. Wear your back brace. That's good advice right there. Wear your back brace. Let's see. Josh F. says Chevy does mass produce crappy work vans. You know, the only reason I referred to the E150s is because I drove an E150 and they're really not built to haul anything of not a lot of weight. Not a lot of weight. And, you know, I put all sorts of crap in the back of my E150 that exceeded the weight limit, and we ended up having to replace the axles twice, which is probably because, you know, a Goodman package unit would fit in there. You could slide it in there if you took everything out, and, you know, condensers fit in there, the shorter ones. So, yeah. Yeah, this sounds kind of weird. It sounds kind of petty and weird and strange. I'm not sure what this is all about, and I swear we can send a message to Congress. Let's see. So this is our coalition partners is ACA. See, these are big names right here. ACA. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. ACA, Hardy. We know what Hardy is. I don't know what Worthington is. So this is interesting. I assume this is some sort of lobbyist crap, but I don't know. I just thought you guys would get a kick out of it because I'd never seen anything about even having a refillable cylinder before, and here we are like, oh, we got these refillable cylinders. These are going to flood the market. I mean, where are they? You know what I'm saying? We call them recovery drums right now. That's the only thing I see that's refillable is recovery drum. And I just, you know, take the stuff home, bleed it out, and then use it again the next day. Oh, man, I wasn't supposed to say that. Just kidding. All right. Anyway, I don't think I have time for the next one, actually. If we're going to take phone calls, we can take a phone call. We can go right to Skilled Trade Up. I don't know. We can I don't know. We about run out of time for taking phone calls. I've been talking too much, guys. You got to tell me shut up or something. If you want to call in, let me take a quick sponsor break, and if you want to call in, we'll do that. If not, we'll go right to the Skilled Trade Up. So I'll get back with you guys. I'll save the other story about the extended warranty thing for next time because it's not salesy, but it's more salesy, so we can shove that into the future. We'll do that. I will see you guys in just a moment. Company Cam is the only app every contractor needs. Document your jobs, communicate with your crews, cover your company's butt. Every photo and video taken with Company Cam is always attached to a project, geotagged, date and time stamped, and user attributed. With Company Cam, you can impress your customers by showing them real-time progress, give them a full scope of your work, and show the proof at the times when you need to. Company Cam is also compatible with many, many different integrations, including apps like Jobber and House Call Pro. You can try Company Cam for free for 14 days, so head over to companycam.com to learn more. Our sponsor, NAVAC, is running a promotion from May the 1st all the way till September 30th of this year. And when you purchase a qualifying vacuum pump, you get 2 free products. You choose 2 out of the following 3. The NHB1 3/8 inch to 1/4 inch evacuation hose, the NHB2, the 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch evacuation hose, or the NVR1 core remover. So there's 2 really nice free items every time you get one of the qualifying vacuum pumps. You can find out more at NAVAC Global, and you can purchase these things at TruTechTools.com, but use our Shop Talk discount code if you purchase from TruTech to save 8%. Workwithyourhands.com is a web page that hooks up people looking for jobs with great trade jobs. On the screen right now, I just have a few of the positions available in Durham, North Carolina. Service technicians, HVAC installers, there's some plumbing stuff, electrical stuff, pretty much all the different skilled trades. Jobs are open all across the nation, and there's no reason not to take a look if you're looking to make a move. It's workwithyourhands.com, and you can find links in the description of this video to your next job. This program is brought to you by Yellow Jacket, and this is the Yellow Jacket Wireless Refrigerant Charging Scale, part number 68864. Has a 220-pound capacity, a large platform. It's easy to carry, has a handle built in. I've been using this one for a while. Bluetooth connection. There's no screens on it. You just turn it on. It links up to your phone, and you can watch it from the YJack View app. A really nice and very durable scale. This is the 68864 wireless refrigerant charging scale from Yellow Jacket. All right, guys, I'm going to let it run for a little poll here for a second. I've got the chat up next to me here, and just going to talk to you guys for a second. Looks like we want to play Skilled Trade Up next. I'll give it a second here. Looks like most people in Skilled Trade Up. That's pretty cool. I have an idea that what to do during Skilled Trade Up. I might just, whoever shows up, we'll have like a random number picker, because I see that, Will's in there first every time. Garrett gets there pretty quick every time, and no penalty to them for sure. But just to randomize it a little bit and give everybody a chance, because there are people who lag farther behind as far as the internet than others. So I might just do like the Google random number generator. That way it's perfectly fair, and you guys don't have to feel bad about coming in there and making it in there, because it'll be completely random. That way you can feel better about it and keep on winning. That would be the cool thing. Now, let's see. R134A says should have HVAC the contractor congressman on show to discuss sometime. I don't know where this thing came from. Like I said, I just saw this thing earlier today, actually, and I said I got to put that on the show because I've never seen that before in my life. It's crazy, fantastically crazy. So it looks like we have 12 votes and 77 or 13 votes, 77% for the STU. I wish that showed up on the screen too. That would have been nice. Oh well. So Joe says I will play devil's advocate and because he has a bad back for the 50-pound cylinder. Hey, I mean, there is going to be some people that say at the 50-pound level, it's going to be stressful for their back. I mean, that's true. I just figured it'd be like a small percentage of people, and I would like having the cylinder with the 2 ways to fill refrigerant. I think that's great. I think it's really nice to have that, even though technically with the blends, why would you ever use the vapor side of it? So you really could have every blend could have 1 type, and then every single refrigerant could have 2 type, I guess. So it gets a little complicated. So yeah, now I understand. Okay, I'll stop talking. R134A says Dan Webster from Central Florida. Is that what it said on there? Oh, the guy. Oh, the guy. Okay. So I'll go back and look at that. Maybe someone will talk about that stuff. What I found is most people won't talk. They won't come on shows and talk about it, especially if you ask them random questions. Because a lot of the questions I ask people I interview, they're not written down beforehand. Like I'll have some written down beforehand, but when they get on and they start talking, I'll start thinking of something that I want to know, and I'll ask it, and it gets a little bit random, and people don't like random. And I think I've gotten the name of being kind of random over the years. So I think some people are like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I would like to see all the questions. Some people say that. I like to see all the questions. Like I can show you some questions, but we'll go other places, and it'll just happen. It'll happen. I can't help it. It's how I am. All right, so 16 votes is good enough for me. We're going to end this poll right here. Skilled Trade Up is the winner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that link in the chat, and I'll take whoever comes in here. Just everybody who wants to play, just come in here, and I'll pick it randomly. I'll bring up the Google on the other screen, and we'll pick randomly. And it'll be fun. Everybody have a great time and whatever. So I'm going to put a link in the chat. I'm going to play the little break here real quick, and then I'll be right back to play Skill Trade Up with one of you guys. Man, there's a lot of you dudes down there. People come to play tonight. All right, so it looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good grief. Man, this game's popular. Fantastic. All right, so let me actually go back to the other screen for a second, and I'm going to pull up the other desktop, and I'm going to show you guys that are watching out there. This is the Google Random Number Generator. All right, for those watching, I just want to go ahead and say that number 1 will be Nick. Number 2 is Joe. Number 3 is Gerald. Number 4 is Dustin. Number 5 is Willie. And number 6 will be Magic Mark. Oh, all right, Magic Mark. Oh, man, that's a good name. All right. I've heard it somewhere. Magic Mike. That's right. Okay. So I'm going to hit the random number generator, and it is 3, and that's going to be Gerald. You're going to lead us off here, Gerald. Gerald's like, it's my time now. Don't go anywhere, guys, though, because we'll do the whole thing again in a minute. If Gerald, well, you know what happens sometimes. Don't want to say it, but it happens sometimes. All right. Hello, Gerald.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, that's good. I bet you it wouldn't get picked if it wasn't random.
You were not first. So, yeah, you would have been the third guy in the line.
Yeah,
so,
we're a little slow.
See, that's the problem. Some of the internet stuff, a guy would never be able to make it on here unless it was random. So I said, let's just make it random. So it's fair. It's like the Joker said, chaos is fair. I love Batman. So it's, there will be no questions about that, though. Okay, so you know how the game is played. You've watched it a few times, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you got your lifelines. For the benefit of everybody watching out there, you'll have 2 lifelines you can use during the course of the 10 questions. The first is a 50-50, which I will remove 2 wrong answers and leave you with the right answer and another wrong answer. The second lifeline you can use is Ask the Chat, and I will bring up the chat and put a poll up, and we'll give them a couple minutes to vote on it and see what they say. You get to use both of those, so use them wisely and make sure you use them if you need them. Other than that, here are the prizes. You go from $20 all the way up to $250. It is a Old Navy gift card. I'm just kidding. It's not. It's a TruTech Tools gift card. You can get an Old Navy gift card, but I'm going to kind of wonder about that. So I would suggest TruTech Tools, or if you want Home Depot or Harbor Freight or whatever, it's fine. So anything you want. What would it be, Gerald? What would you be getting? TruTech Tools or what?
Yeah, anything.
Anything. All right.
Wait, I'll
Okay.
make it work.
All right. Hey, let's see how much you win, and then you can decide. How's that?
Okay, thanks.
All right. So the first question is your gimme question. The gimme question is it's extremely easy. You have to go out of your way to get this wrong. Gerald, no one's ever got this wrong before. I just want to put undue pressure on you before we get started. So here's your gimme question right here. Line sets are typically made from this metal. A, plastic. B, yarn. C, copper. D, vibranium.
C, copper. Final answer.
Your final answer is copper. Well, you think you know everything? Well, you do.
I hope it stays copper. They're allowed to change that soon.
Well, I put metal on there because I know that there's yoga pipe out there floating around. So I didn't want anyone to say, well, yoga pipe is plastic or something like that. So I wanted to make sure that was a thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. I've never seen it personally, but one of my friends used yoga piping. It didn't end well at all. So, which is, what you would assume. It didn't end very well. So now that our gimme questions out of the way, I'm going to turn off the chat. You guys can come back after we're done or during the lifelines. I'll turn that off real quick. And you guys will be right back here in a little while. So we're going to get to the first easy question here. You'll have 3 easy questions. This is the first one. And good luck. Don't forget your lifelines here. Use them if you need them. What does the acronym DPDT mean when it comes to relays? A, double pole, double trip. B, divided pole, double throw. C, double pole, double throw. Or D, divided polarity, designated trip.
C, double pole, double throw.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You're on a 2-question roll, and now you've won $40 in gift cards. So is it time to quit, walk away, and spend your $40?
Nah, go for the gusto.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go for the gusto. Okay, for the next one will be a $50 gift card. And here is your question. It's still easy. Don't forget your lifelines, and here we go. These components are paired with start capacitors so that start capacitors are removed from the circuit quickly. A, contactor relay. B, 9340 relay. C, potential relay. D, SPTT relay.
C, potential relay.
Final answer?
Yes.
I'll be daggone. You get 3 in a row, and that's called a streak. So you're on a streak. You got 50. You got one more easy question. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Let's just do it. Let's go with the next question. Here we go. Which of the following is a brand of thermostat? A, Vinstar. B, Honeywell. C, Bestech. D, all of the above.
D, all of the above.
Final answer?
Yes.
Just the sheer confidence is fantastic. That's correct. So you've gotten 4 right now. 4 right means you are sitting at $60 in gift cards. Guess it's time to quit. Walk away.
Nah, this is
No?
good.
All right, let's get on to the medium questions. All right, you'll have 3 medium questions. And then if you go through those, you'll have 4 medium questions and 2 hard questions. So let's go with the first of the 4 medium questions, and let's see how you do. Got the 2 lifelines still, but you might not even need them. You're breezing through this thing. Induced draft blowers. A, are used on positive pressure flues only. B, are used on negative pressure flues only. C, are used on both positive and negative flue systems. D, must be ECMs on positive pressure flue systems.
It's been a while since I did this because I moved to Florida 15 years ago. But
Oh, Florida's without flues.
yeah, they everything is different here. They do things not kosher sometimes.
I've heard that about Florida. I had some friends down there. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do the phone a friend, phone the audience.
You're going to phone the audience. Okay, the audience is rip-roaring and ready to go. I'm going to turn the chat back on, and I'm going to put a poll in the chat. All right, chat guys. And what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the music off for a second. We're going to take the question down.
What do you think?
So we're going to put them out there. I'm going to put up the poll here, and we're going to say, what is the answer? Or I'm going to type it as legibly as possible. And what I'll do is I'll play a little music and take a little break while we're doing this to give us time to get this done. So that's exactly right. See you in 2 minutes, everybody.
I'm leaning towards negative. Well, we used inducers on boilers as well. I haven't touched a boiler in 15 years.
Okay, so the poll says, and I'm going to end the poll right there, and I'll let you know the answers. The final tally, and nobody thinks it's D, I guess. Nobody says it's D. It says number one is C at 55%, are used on both positive and negative flue systems, followed by B, negative only, and then A, positive only. So what do you want to do? Do you want to use another lifeline? Do you want to take a guess based on the audience or what?
I'll just use the other lifeline to get me over the top, but I'm leaning towards negative, but you have those one-offs.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're leaning toward negative, I can assuage your fears because it's either A or C. It's either positive only or both.
Oh, for the lifeline?
For your 50-50 you just used, it's either A or C.
Oh, I'm going to use C.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well, you're absolutely right. It is C. They're used on both positive and negative flue systems because they're used on both 80% and 90% plus furnaces.
Yeah, that's good.
And 90% pluses are positive in pressure, and below that you have negative flue systems. So great job, chat. The chat helped out that time. Hey, the chat didn't try to sabotage.
Thanks.
That's good. All right, I'm going to turn you back off, chat. That's your reward. Now go away. And we're going to continue this. So you've gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions right here. So having 5 questions right means you're up to $70. And you have no lifelines left. So you can walk away with $70. Or you can continue. This is a pivotal point right here, I think. Because no lifelines.
Because it's interesting.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to go for it because it's interesting.
All right. We'll go for it because it's interesting. You definitely make it interesting because we're going to do the next question here. And could be easy, could be hard. Seth is medium. You tell me. Here we go. Increasing the size of a fixed metering device on an air conditioning system can A, lower subcooling, B, increase superheat, C, increase head pressure, D, lower suction pressure. Increasing the size of a fixed metering device. What do you think?
That should be. We're going to fill the evap coil with more refrigerant. We won't particularly increase superheat, possibly, but we should lower subcooling, and the pressure will not increase on the head, and it may increase though on the suction. So I'm gonna go lower subcooling.
Final answer?
Yes.
It's a pretty good diagnostic path you took there, because you're right on the money. It'll lower the subcooling. All the other ones are the opposite of what would happen. So you've gotten one step closer. Now you're at $80, looking to go from 80 to 90. Do you want to continue or stop?
Let's go for it.
Let's continue to go for it. I like it. Here we go. The next question is still medium. Here we are. The flame sensor of a gas furnace can be evaluated by measuring its A, DC millivolt output, B, temperature during operation, C, DC microamp output, or A, AC amp output. It's a mouthful.
I'm leaning towards millivolt output. Let's see, temperature during operation. Nah. DC microamp.
Keep doing that great reasoning.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not down there Googling, are you?
No, I've got a guy that's he was waiting to be picked too, and he keeps telling me to quit because he wants to play.
All right, well you can make him play real easy by getting this one wrong.
I know. I'm thinking A, DC millivolt output.
You say A, DC millivolt output, which is something you would use on some other gas furnace components, but for the flame sensor, you would use DC microamp output to evaluate it.
Are you talking about probably the gas valve?
When you talk about like thermocouples and things like that.
That's what I was leaning towards, yeah. But
man, you played it to the end though.
Yeah, I could have took it a minute, but it was more interesting and learned a lot.
I appreciate it. You did a great job. You were breezing through it there, and you can try again. Try again sometime.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Had fun.
Send stickers.
If you want stickers, send me an email. I'll send you some stickers.
Yeah, I'll send a couple too. I got a couple of friends that are on the chat too.
Okay, I'll send you a few of each one. I got some skill trade up stuff and some shop talk stuff. I'll send you a few of each.
Okay.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Mark's number 6.
All
right, thanks.
All right, take care. All right, guys, let me see. It is 10:01, and I don't know if there's enough questions left to win. But if someone wants to play, like for a couple questions, do one of you guys want to play just for a couple questions? You can come back next show and continue. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what we can do here with some random number generator, because it's not 6 anymore. It's 4. There's 4 people down there. Number 1 will be Nick. Number 2, well, Gerald's still here, so it's 3. So it's Nick number 1, Magic Mark number 2, and Joe is number 3. I'm going to bring up the other screen here real quick so I can do it legit-wise so people can see it. All right, here's our other desktop. It's going to be number 2, Magic Mark, I don't know what the rest of the name says, and frankly, I'm scared to see it. So let's find out of my curiosity. Magic Mark, what is the rest of that name?
How's it going?
How's it going, man? What's the rest of the name? It says Magic Mark the what?
The Spark.
The Spark. Okay, all right. So Magic Mark the Spark, which I like. It sounds cool. Did you know the answers to the questions that he was answering?
Yeah, a few of them.
Okay. So all we have left, well, we have some easy questions. Now, will you be watching again on Thursday if we pick it up on Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so theoretically we could continue playing on Thursday. So let's all right, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's have some fun here. Let's get started. Do you see how the game is played? Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's not very complicated, I guess. I'm always like, this game's really hard to understand. People are like, no, it's not. So, okay, let me start with the first question. It's easy. It's a gimme question. So you should be getting this one right. There's no excuse for not getting this right. Let's see. This compresses refrigerant vapor in an HVAC system. A, compressor. B, homeowner with a bicycle pump. C, Hostess cupcakes. Or D, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We're sponsored.
I'm going to have to go with A, compressor.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
I'll be daggone. That's the right answer. I can't believe it's not the cupcakes, man. I thought, man, I was wrong.
No.
I know. You think like it's either cupcakes or a compressor. So, all right, you won yourself $20 gift card. Shall we continue and move up?
Yeah, let's keep on moving.
Let's keep on doing it. All right, I like the spirit there. Let's see here. I already gave you that question. Sorry. Game's not perfect. Sorry. Here we go. A device used to test compressor windings for ground leakage is called a megometer, B, diode tester, C, refractometer, or D, none of the above.
I'm going to go with A.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Absolutely. It's the right answer. It's a megometer. You're exactly right. Now you got $40.
Ooh, right.
Time to quit. Go buy something with $40 or no?
Let's go one more.
All right, one more. We'll do one more. Okay, one more means that we're going for $50. It's still an easy question. Not too bad. Let's see what it is. The TWE, TEC, and TAM air handlers belong to this brand. A, Carrier, B, Train, C, York, or D, Nordyne.
I'm going to go with B, train.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Oh, like a boss. Now it's officially a streak. You got it. You got $50. 2 lifelines.
All right. I guess
Keep going?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you got 2 lifelines. I mean, the next one's still easy. I mean, might as well.
B.
Here we go. Let's see what it says. Next question is, microchannel coils are typically constructed of this material. A, copper, B, aluminum, C, bronze, or D, plastic.
I'm going to go with copper.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Nick knows the truth. Nick knows the truth. I can see you down there, Nick. The answer is
No, God, please,
aluminum.
No.
They are aluminum. Microchannel coils are made of aluminum. They're small aluminum channels, and they are a pain in the butt for all of mankind. You didn't know about them probably because you blocked them out of your brain because they are horrible. But it's all right. You can come back and play again. We're doing this again Thursday. It's still random. Come back, play again, win a bunch of stuff, okay?
All righty.
All right, Mark. Appreciate you playing.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Take care. Man, so close. So close. Guys, we are going to cut it off right there. So anybody waiting, I'm sorry about that. We're going to cut it off because it's after 10 now. We'll pick right back up on it on Thursday. We'll keep doing it again. One of you guys, when you get to like $20 next time, just stop so someone can have one. Just say, like, I'm keeping the $20. I want to buy half a valve core remover. Maybe Hillmore sells those things that leak all the time or break in half. Maybe they sell them for $20. I don't know. But we need a winner, okay? We need a winner. I'm going to turn the chat back on. We're going to wrap this thing up. And let me turn it back on. Thursday, I will be back at 9 p.m. We'll be talking about, let's see what we have going on. I have that extended warranty talk to do still. We'll find some more stuff between now and then, I'm sure. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, man, feel free to just email me or text me, the number 910-970-0043. You can text me, you can email me. I did have some correspondence about an app, a gas app used to save money at gas stations. I will be talking about that. I just downloaded it. I want to try to use it a couple times, and we'll discuss it maybe on Thursday. It is called Upside if you guys want to look it up. I'm going to horse around with that app a little bit, and we'll see if I can't give you guys some good information on it's like it's popping up on my phone now. Did you hear me talking? That's kind of weird. It lets me know when I'm near the gas stations that it works with, and you could potentially save like 10-15 cents on a gallon of gas, which blows my mind. But if it's possible, then we need to try to pursue that. This show becomes a podcast. You'll hear it on, let's see, it's Tuesday, so you'll hear this one on Friday. Feel free to subscribe on whatever podcast app you like to use. It's always appreciated. Ways you can support the show is you can like this video. That's very helpful. Comment on videos. Watch the other videos that I put out, which are a lot of them are clips of these shows. Some of them are other stuff besides that. Like, I just installed the mini split in one video, do some service calls, did the duct blaster and stuff like that. So you can see all sorts of content. You can become a member like Bemco there, which is Frylock87 HVAC. Support the channel each month with like a $5 a month thing or $10 a month thing. Clint does that. We have several members. It helps pay for some of the stuff that we do here, and it's much appreciated. It's awesome. And actually, Joe became one tonight too, so thank you, Joe. That always makes a big difference. I hope to be back on Thursday night at 9 p.m., and I'm sure I will be. Then again on Sunday. Had a great time tonight, guys. I wanted to share the chat here if it's still working. Whenever I come back from STU, skill trade up, and I look at the chat on the screen, it always like stagnates. I don't know why that is. See if I can't fix that. Will, what's up? Hey, Will, we played skill trade up without you. What the world? What happened? You fell asleep or something? Hey, Adam says microchannel coils naturally lower the subcooling. And for those of you who are wondering what he's talking about refrigerant leaving the system and the subcooling going down. Awesome. All right, guys, I won't keep you any longer. I had a lot of fun tonight. We need to take some calls. We didn't take calls for the last two shows. I've been like droning on and on about something, so I'll try to keep it a little bit more brief next time, or maybe we'll take calls right out of the gate next time. So you guys who want to call can do so, because I always love talking to you guys about whatever, because you never know what's going to happen. That's the best part. Someone calls, it's like, what is this guy going to want to talk about? That's the best part. Fantastic. All right. Will was fixing a drain. That's why I missed it. Good excuse. Fixing a drain. Gotta do it. I don't know if it's the house or a job, but either way, gotta do it. I'm gonna get out of here, guys, and I will see you again on Thursday night. And like I like to say, I will see you on the next one.